Woohoo! All right, we got we got the sports tonight here. Monday Night Football, Chargers, Colts. Who we got tonight here? We're gonna put up the poll question here. They put up the poll question here. Can the Chargers win on the road tonight? All right. So we're gonna ask the community out here: can the Chargers win on the road tonight? Obviously, it's a game. The Chargers definitely need to get the victory here to continue to stay in the playoff hunt and contention. And, you know, obviously, the Chiefs are battling for the number one seed. Chiefs, Bills, and the Bengals right now. Those are the three teams jockeying for that number one spot. Remind me to play that. Should play that ludicrous song. And the Colts, obviously Jeff Saturday, intern coach. Obviously, he's got the guys playing motivated, playing better football. And, tonight, could they pull an upset here tonight and beat the Chargers and maybe throw a wrench into the playoffs in the AFC here? It remains to be seen, but I think Herbert and the Chargers are playing pretty good football right now. Obviously, getting some of the guys healthy again. Mike Williams, obviously, and Keenan Allen, obviously. And the defense is playing well. They've had to deal with some injuries as well. Obviously, losing J.C. Jackson, their big prized free agent acquisition, and also Joey Bosa as well being hurt. But they have Khalil Mack still macking and attacking, and they also got Kenneth Murray out there. They obviously got they got Derwin James. They got also Ashanti Samuel Jr. They got some guys that can cover, play well back there. But playing on the road, obviously, they've got a little bit longer this week than any other teams. So obviously, both teams could try to see if they get a little bit healthier down the stretch here. Obviously, Colts aren't playing for much but pride right now. But still, pride can still win you football games to try to, build upon going into next season. Obviously, this season wasn't what you expected it, but, you can still play meaningful football. Ask the Tennessee Titans how the Texans still playing meaningful football, and they have now 2 wins. So now, it'll be remain to see how things shake out as far as the playoffs, obviously in the NFC and the AFC. But tonight we got Chargers and the Colts, and we also got NBA. We have NBA on the slate on the docket today. So, all right. So let's pull up the NBA. Obviously, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 NBA games on the association. We have the first game will start at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We got two games at that slot here. We have the Brooklyn Nets that are 21-12, 9-7 on the road, taking on the 22-12 and the 16-3 Cleveland Cavaliers. So going to be really good basketball here. I think the Brooklyn Nets kind of had some rough things here and there. Obviously, no more no more Jason Kidd, no more Steve Nash, no more any of that stuff. So we're gonna have obviously the clash between two. Ultimately, we got the Slim Reaper, and you got Kyrie and company, basically taking on the Cavaliers. They were injured a little bit. Now they're kind of healthy right now. They got Donovan Mitchell healthy. They got Darius Garland. They got Jared Allen. They got Evan Mobley here. They got Kevin Love here. They got Karis LeVert. They got Cedi Osman here. They've got some young talented players there in Cleveland, and certainly 16-3 home record speaks volumes. That hey, we take care of business at home, KD. So, but definitely like this game. Definitely going to be a real good basketball game at 7 Eastern in Believeland, Cleveland tonight. Then the second game here, we have the Clippers taking on the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons have kind of been on a home losing streak here. Obviously, the Clippers are coming in. This is going to be the first two games of a back to back here. They're playing tonight in Detroit, and they will be playing Toronto. They'll be playing in Toronto, I believe, tomorrow. Tonight they will be without Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers will be obviously because they're trying to make sure that he's recovering from the major knee injury. So they want to make sure that Kawhi Leonard is going to be fully healthy for them to have a good playoff push to try to be competitive in the Western Conference here. John Wall is also day to day, so maybe he does get to play, or maybe he just stays out as well. And obviously John Wall is an older player, but as far as the Pistons, Isaiah Livers here obviously played for the University of Michigan. He's out, or he's been out here, so maybe not see him. And obviously Marvin Bagley the third is day to day, so maybe we see him tonight. But and no, obviously Cade Cunningham here. He had shin. I think he has surgery or something like that to heal it, so they're not going to really rush him back. But obviously gives Jaden Ivey a chance to really see what he's made of, get him comfortable enough, so that way these guys can play fluently amongst each other, feel confident, and have two confident young talented players with Ivy and Cade Cunningham. As long as he comes back healthy, hopefully either he comes back by the end of the season, or maybe he'll come back fully healthy next season. But Clippers definitely either 8-8 on the road, 19-15. Pistons are 8-27, 4-12 at home. So, but Pistons got fight. They do have fight. So expect the Pistons to fight for a little bit here. And who knows? Maybe they could pull an upset here. You never know. And then we have a game at 7:30 Eastern. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves going into Miami. Miami's been kind of on a home losing streak as of late here. Miami's lost. They lost by 3 points to the Pacers, and they lost by 10 to the Bulls. So trying to stop this skid, but they'll be without Bam Adebayo. He's got a non-COVID. He has non-COVID illness. Dwayne Dedman also will not be playing. He has a foot injury. Caleb Martin here is day to day. He might be able to come play along with Udonis Haslem. And obviously, Gabe Vincent has also been out for a while. On the other side, the Timberwolves, Kyle Anderson's been banged up along with Jordan McLaughlin, and Taron Prince here. So maybe they'll be without them, but obviously they'll be with Gobert. They'll be with Cat Towns, and obviously Big Ant Edwards, man. He can do it, man. Ant can do it, man. Ant's gonna bring it here tonight here. So definitely gonna be a good matchup here. Obviously, both teams are 16 and 17. Timberwolves are 7-9 on the road. Heat are 9-8 at home. So they do have a winning record here, and Timberwolves are 7-9. So they're not too bad on the road. So they obviously tells me that they win some games, but they've lost some games as well. And then the Heat 9-8 tells me that they lose some games at home, and so gonna be good basketball team, good basketball game here. Obviously, Jimmy Buckets is probably gonna be playing here, and maybe Kyle Lowry, Kyle Lowry. All right, then we have 8 Eastern. we got 3 games at 8 Eastern here. We have the Houston Rockets coming into play at the United Center against the Bulls here. The Rockets have been on a 5-game slide so far here. Bulls have been on a 3-game winning streak right now. They won in Miami by 10. They won by 2 against Atlanta, and they won by 1 point against the Knicks on the 23rd here. And Rockets, they've been playing pretty well, but it lost some dear close games here. They lost by 6 to the Mavericks. They lost by 6 to Orlando. They got beat by 19 here by the Spurs at home. Then they got beat by obviously by 12 by Portland, and then they lost by 3. So, I mean, and Jayshawn Tate is out. Caruso and Javonte Green are out. Derek Jones Jr. is day-to-day, so he might play tonight. So, the Bulls should be able to win this game. We're 14-18, 7-7 at home. Rockets are 3-13 away, 9-23 on the season. So, I mean, we haven't played our best basketball yet, but if we could start to, build on this 3-game and win this game against a team that we should beat at home tonight here, I think we have a good chance to, and hopefully get Lonzo back. But I don't know, Lonzo Ball injury news probably is nothing's really good right now. Haven't really heard any good news. And obviously rumors are, Zach LaVine might be on the way out of there. Maybe Nikolai Vucevic as well here. Maybe move him to some sort of contender, and maybe the Bulls can get some, maybe a young prospect back here. And, if things aren't going the way that they think they're going to be, and hopefully get Alonzo to be healthy, hopefully, or maybe he's not healthy enough, or maybe he's just, maybe his heart's not in basketball anymore. After you take some injuries, sometimes you got to reevaluate. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I understand this isn't going to be full time all time here. I gotta do something that's going to carry me on past basketball. That way, I'm not, because a lot of athletes end up broke. Yeah, they might get a big payday and a big paycheck, but that money just goes like that. All right, so we have that game. Then we have this game, 8 Eastern, in New Orleans tonight. Here we have the New Orleans Pelicans. They are 20-12, 13-4 at home, taking on the Indiana Pacers that are 17-16. They're 8-9. Halliburton's coming off a 43-point showing. Right now, Indiana's sitting at the 8th spot here, and currently the Pelicans are sitting at the 3rd spot here in the West. So, obviously, some injuries to know here. Zion is day-to-day here, but then he had COVID. He was in COVID protocol, and now Herbert Jones is in COVID protocol, so he will not be playing. Brandon Ingram, he still has, I believe, a toe or some sort of foot injury. Dyson Daniels is day-to-day, and Trey Murphy III is also day-to-day. Injuries for the Pacers, Jalen Smith's day-to-day, and also Aaron Nesmith. So we'll see. Should be a great game between young up-and-coming teams. Obviously, the Pelicans are really showing they made it to the playoffs, made a little run, and then the Pacers are trying to build on getting these players and some of the young talent here to make a playoff run this year, or to get in and have a chance to try to get in and try to make a playoff run and try to maybe take a series or something, or at least get a couple games, get their feet wet in the playoffs. Then we also have this game's on at 8 Eastern as well. We have the Utah Jazz coming into San Antonio, take on the Spurs. Spurs are 10-22, 5-12 at home. And then we have Utah that is 19-16, 7-11. And I don't mean 7-Eleven like the convenience store. So I mean, really, there's no injuries for the Spurs right now, and the only injury for Utah is Kelly Olnick, which is okay because Walker Kessler is filled in quite nicely as a big there, and along with Vanderbilt here, Jared Vanderbilt, obviously Laura Markkanen here, the main starter. So I mean, we're looking at a pretty good game here. Solid young team. Obviously, Jazz is probably the better of the two. They should probably end up ultimately beating down the Spurs here, but the Spurs, they're a young team, so they're probably going to be feisty at home, and stranger things happen. So, but definitely an interesting basketball matchup tonight. And last but not least, we have at 10 Eastern, we have the Charlotte Hornets going up to Portland to play the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are 17-16, 7-6 at home. The Charlotte Hornets are 9-24, 5-3 on the road here. And obviously, Portland's on a 3-game skid. The Hornets, they against Sacramento, they won. They lost by 20 to the Clippers, and then they beat the Lakers in the Staples the next night by 4. The Blazers, they've been on the road, so they're coming home right now, and they have Nurkic. Nurkic is day to day. Josh Hart's day to day. Gary Payton the second. Call him the mitt over here. The mitt. Instead of calling him the glove, we call him the mitt. So he's out, and also Justice Winslow. And then Dennis Smith Jr. is out for the Charlotte Hornets. And Nick Richards is day to day. So, but LaMelo Ball is back and playing. So, obviously Gordon Hayward and obviously Kelly Oubre here. Obviously for the Trailblazers, they got Dame Dalla is back. Game time. So, gonna be interesting basketball tonight. And then we have NHL. Let's look at some NHL. Run down the NHL slate here tonight before we give our takes on the games, and we will get our bets and our parlay in, and we'll talk about some player props that we like here tonight in the Monday Night Football game and also the basketball game. Right now we have NHL. We have the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Then we have the Washington Capitals taking on the New York Rangers. We have the Boston Bruins taking on the Ottawa Senators. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Islanders. The Dallas Stars and the Nashville Predators. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the St. Louis Blues. We have the Minnesota Wild and the Winnipeg Jets. The Colorado Avalanche and the Arizona Coyotes. We have the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary, the Battle of Canania. We have the San Jose Sharks and the Vancouver Canucks. Then we had the Golden Knights taking on the LA Kings. And one game that has been postponed is in Columbus. The Buffalo Sabres and the Columbus Blue Jackets. That game has been postponed. So that is your rundown of your slate. Oh, we had a college football bowl game right now. Let's get you an update on that game here. It was New Mexico State and Bowling Green here. All right, the game is still going on here. New Mexico State leads 24-19 here. New Mexico State has a 1st and 10 at Bowling Green's 43-yard line with 2:54 to go and the 5-point lead here. So any type of points here for them is going to be a W here. That is the only game. It's the Quicken Lane Bowl. So I was kind of on the take of taking New Mexico State, but I didn't get up early enough to bet the game. So but it seems to be a pretty tough game. I mean, basically New Mexico went up early 14-0, and then it looked like the Bowling Green scored 19 unanswered, but at least New Mexico put up 10 in the third. So we'll see here. New Mexico State called a timeout here with 2:20 to go. So that's basically all the sports that we got going on today here. So we're gonna get on to the trusty dusty. Get on to the trusty dusty. What's up, Gangston?
I'm on the shower and then we can make the picks.
Yep. I'm just gonna talk about the games right now and just make my little parlay right now.
Unclogged. I feel so much better, dude.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know. My shit was clogged too until I had to blow all shit out. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. So we'll make the pick and then we'll wait a little closer to the games for the player props.
Yeah.
I won $10 last night.
Yep. I just won $10 on the player props.
Hey, but you won 10 the other night.
Yep.
And then I won, so that's good.
Yep. All right. So we got the Chargers and the Colts here. Chargers obviously the road favorites here. Win by 3.5 points right now is the line. And obviously Colts is plus 163 on the money line. Minus 202. You bet the Chargers on the money line. And the over-under is 44 points. For me tonight, I definitely think Chargers can win by 4. It could be a weird game. It definitely could be like kind of a weird game. And I think we got 44 points. I think I kind of like the under. I don't know. I think both teams could put points up here. It'd definitely be an over. I could see that, but I don't know. I kind of got burned on some overs yesterday here, especially the Cardinals and the Buccaneers. I mean, I was right on the over in that Rams game though. That was quite a few over, and then the Green Bay game. I thought the Dolphins had a good chance, but they let that one go, and Tua made some bad reads, and it happens, and it happens. All right, then we got NBA here. NBA, we got Clippers and we got Pistons here. 223. I'm gonna go Clippers money line here. I'm gonna go Clippers money line. I like that. And we have the Brooklyn Nets and we have the Cavaliers. Nets have been playing pretty well as of late, But Cavs, like I said, Cavs don't lose at home. It's very rare Cavs lose at home here. So, and we got 220 points. I like to say over. I like to say over the Nets and Cavs. I think both these teams could probably go over that here. We got Timberwolves and we have the Heat. It's a point. So Miami's been on a kind of a skid here as of late here. Jimmy Buckets used to play for the Timberwolves here. Does he try to? It's him and Tyler Hero in the skid here tonight. We'll take Miami tonight. We'll take Miami on the money line here. And then we have the Jazz, the Utah Jazz, and the Spurs. 236. Mm, 236 here. I don't know. I might just skip. Yeah, I might have to skip that game here, maybe. Pacers and Pelicans here. I haven't had too much luck, so let me take the Pacers plus the 2.5 here. And then we have the Rockets. We have the Rockets and we have the Bulls here. Um, the Bulls, we've been kind of playing really well, so I don't mind that here. And Portland plays well at home, but something's telling me take Charlotte tonight here. Something's just telling me take Charlotte tonight here, so we take that here. That's 8 teams here with the. That's with the. Well, you know what? Let's see if I can. There's 236 between the Jazz and the Spurs. I mean, both these teams are quite the over teams, I would say. But like I said, we'll take the under there. So we took the Los Angeles Chargers minus 3.5. Took the Clippers money line. We took the over 220 in the Cavaliers and Nets. Took the Miami Heat money line. Pacers to cover plus 2.5 on the spread. Chicago Bulls to win on the money line. And the Charlotte Hornets on the money line here. And the under 236 in the Spurs and Jazz here. Now we're going to make that that's the first official bet here. All right, so that's all right. They got my solo delo. And then me and my sister will make a parlay here. She's done. All right, so we're taking the Chargers here. So I just think that they're. I just think that the Chargers got a good chance to win tonight. I think they could definitely cover the number. Definitely could be. I mean, could the Colts play a little bit better and tough? Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it here. We got the Clippers here. The Clippers on the money line, minus 232 here. And we have took the over 220.5 points in the Nets and Cavs here. No, my luck is gonna go under, but who knows? Then we got the Heat. The Heat money line minus 108. And then we have the Pacers here plus 2.5 point. Take the plus side here. Minus 110 here. Take the Bulls. Take the Bulls money line here. Minus 294 here. And then we're taking the Hornets here. Hornet Sting here. The Hornet Sting. Yeah. I like to call a lot of that nickname them the Horny Boys, but somebody might say, "Oh my gosh, you're talking about the strange world thing." They're just all right. So if all 8 of our legs parlay, the Chargers cover and win by more than 3.5. The Clippers outright win. The over 220 happens in the Nets in Cleveland. The Miami Heat win on the money line. The Indiana Pacers plus 2.5. They cover the spread or outright win. Then we have the Chicago Bulls to win the money line and the Charlotte Hornets on the money line. And we have the under. I almost forgot the under. Under 236. And the Jazz and the Spurs. All right, so there we go. So that's pretty much it here. That's pretty much it for the sports show for today. Kind of short, so sweet, to the point here. I'll update everybody on how I did as far as my fantasy points here. We'll update you on the player parlay as well here. And we do it tonight here when we do our in the mix here. But yeah, just wanted to get on here today, get a little bit of sports, talk about how awesome it was. Great Christmas. We had a great Christmas, great games on Christmas, great games on Christmas Eve. It was just a great, wonderful time with the family, friends, and other good people. And hopefully we'll be able to do it again. Enjoy it on New Year's Eve. Hang out with the good people again, and just try to chime in the new year with the right vibes, the right attitude, and hope for the best, and hopefully win some bets going out of 2022, going into 2023, which would be really nice. So, and hopefully Monday Night Football will be a great game. Chargers and Colts. I mean, some people don't think it is. I think it's going to be a great game. Got some obviously great NBA games on the basketball court tonight. Here's 6 of them. Obviously, and yeah, obviously. Obviously, we have a person outside that has their shit backfired. They need to go get their shit checked. So, I don't know. But, yeah. Till tomorrow, may the bets and winners be yours. And always, if you really want to watch the people that know what they're talking about, go visit Mr. Futures, and Gematria Sports. Those definitely will help you out. If you really and definitely understand some things. And if you don't know, you just go research out and check that shit out yourself. But they definitely got a little more winners than I think some of these other guys out here trying to sell some bullshit out here. But those two right there, those two guys at the two platform right there, definitely give you some cash money. So at the end of the day, have some good attitude, some good vibes, some good times, and we out this piece.